Hey guys, welcome back to the Laker family, where the Lakers suffered a heartbreaking loss versus the Philadelphia 76ers tonight, 107 to 106. Very disappointing loss. Not totally disappointed because the way we fought back in this game, it shows the talent level that we have, that we're capable of, just erasing leads, evaporating leads like that. When an opponent is up on us, we can quickly evaporate that lead and get back into a game. But with that being said, is I don't like the energy sometimes that we can turn it on whenever we want to type of energy. You already know when other teams come to play the Lakers, guys are going to be playing like they're playing for a contract. Guys are going to be playing above their head, playing like they're playing for their next contract against the Lakers. A lot of guys get their fame and their name off of having a good game against us. So, especially on a nationally televised game, it's gonna happen. So, as a Laker, you are supposed to be prepared for these types of things. So you can't come out lackadaisical, and they're younger than us. So you can't keep giving those teams those type of leads and just expecting to always come back and win. They jumped on us first quarter. They were firing on all cylinders, and we kept biting and biting, chomping at the bit, getting back in the game, and we did that. And it's like towards the latter end of the second quarter, we closed the gap and made it like a 3 or 4 point game going into the half. Our defense kind of knows how to lock down when necessary, and they were doing that in key stretches of this game to get back into it. Then the third quarter comes, and then the same thing happened, like what happened in the first quarter. The Philadelphia came out in the third quarter much hungrier. They wanted it, and the game almost looked like it was pretty much over with until like 5 minutes left in the full quarter. Then the Sixers started doing some young mistake type of stuff, and they let us crawl back into the ball game like that. And we could have pulled it off. That switch on the end with Caruso ended up on Tobias Harris, who had a good game today. So, as good as a defender as Caruso is, he's lacking in height difference on that matchup. That was pitch perfect defense. All you can do is tip your hat off if a guy throws up a prayer and makes that shot. But I believe he would have had a much tougher time if LeBron fought that pick at the end. LeBron should have fought that pick, and he shouldn't have left Caruso out to dry on that. Granted, LeBron James had a good game. It wasn't as takeover-ish as it was with that game he had against the Cavs. Our team, our role players, they were kind of nowhere to be found until the end of the game. With the exception of Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder kept the pressure on Ben Simmons and the Sixers all night. They could not stay in front of him. He had kind of like a quiet third quarter, but then he woke back up again in the fourth quarter and, got the pace and the tempo back going for us. But other than Dennis Schroeder, the other guys were kind of non-existent, while the Philadelphia supporting cast, they were just, helping out Ben Simmons, helping out Joel Embiid. They were a great support system. But our guys really didn't show up until like that 5 minute mark left in the fourth quarter. With KCP knocked down a clutch shot. Caruso came in and spearheaded a little burst with a couple of knockdown shots, and some great hustle defense on the other end. Even Anthony Davis started clamping down at the end. I think he gave up a bucket under the rim to Joel Embiid. But then the previous play locked him down. The next play after that locked him down. And I think, who was it? Tobias Harris threw up another press shot on Anthony Davis. in a key possession in that fourth quarter, and again, you had to tip your hat off because he was just blanketed, draped all over him, and the shot went in. Um, Things like that. Um, it was kind of almost like it felt like it was the Sixers' night, and as much as it felt like it was the Sixers' night because of the prayer shots that was going in, we still got back in the game, which is a testament to how good we are. But we still shouldn't let it get to that. Joel Embiid even threw up some prayer shot where he thought he got fouled going across the free throw line, and he just slung some shot up in the wind. And I was like, oh my God, okay, it's Philly's night. It's Philly's night. And another thing, Frank Vogel, you're better off just being quiet. Just shut up on the sideline, doing all this pouting and throwing your fists and all this other kind of stuff. If you never gonna use your challenge call, why even get us down with these technical fouls? You cost us a technical foul. That's 1 point. We lost by 1 point. Not saying it's totally your fault, but one of those challenge calls could have totally changed the complexity of this game. But you hardly ever use them. What's the point of having them if you don't use them? So, good win for Philly. They came out, they smacked us, and we still got back in the game. Credit to them for not, losing this game. They almost lost it. They almost gave it up with them bonehead plays at the end, but they held on and won. I feel like Embiid is amongst the mentions for MVP this year. He's having a great season. We played them good tonight. Some of the shots that they made, like I said, were some tip your hat shots. It was just some throw up type of shots, and you just kind of just hold your head. It almost deflates you when those type of shots go in. Danny Green, like I mentioned before, guys playing for doggone contracts whenever they play us. Trash, garbage as hell all year. But when they play us, they want to knock down all these threes and play hella defense and whatever it is, jumping off the backboard, you name it. When they play the Lakers, I don't get it. I get it, but I don't get why the Lakers don't understand this, so far. We can't let this stuff happen. Yeah, it's just one loss, but still, you want to try to make statements against these upper echelon teams like this. Do I believe Philadelphia is better than us? No. It was just their night. We played somewhat down to the level of competition. No, I give them credit, but honestly, we played down. The refs were missing a couple of things, but we can't totally blame the refs because we wasn't making our free throws. We were not making our free throws. They let Ben Simmons just whack LeBron James all over the arm and the head and didn't call anything. And I think the next play after that, Joel Embiid goes up for a dunk and LeBron James nudges him, which when a guy is that high in the air, a simple nudge can really send a guy flying, so you have to be careful. It wasn't nothing malicious. He didn't extend and try to throw him a nudge. It was a nudge, and to me, it was a little bit of a frustration nudge from the referees just being so blind on our end, and then, they're just whistling everything on this side. So, and then that moving pit on Dwight Howard, when he was moving his leg all the way around when Wesley Matthews tried to get around. And they gave Wesley Matthews the foul call. Stuff like that, can change the complexity of the game. But yet, again, I'm not fully putting this on no referees because we were missing our free throws. It don't matter. We was missing our free throws. So it wasn't like a call was going to help us that much because we wasn't taking advantage of it. Anthony Davis, I have never seen him miss this many free throws. He started the year being mentioned as the second best player in the league, but as of right now, he's not looking overly great on the offensive end. I'm sorry, he's just not. I think 2 games ago, he exploded, but then, he's kind of fell back to being somewhat human on the offensive end. Yes, a human Anthony Davis is still better than most players, but he hasn't been playing that elite level that we were accustomed to seeing last year, and then on into the bubble. He's got to play better, and it's looked like it's something in his head at this point, especially when he's missing these free throws like this. And how many times can y'all count on one hand that when Anthony Davis goes into his little ISO dribble and he beats the guy on his first step, but then he kind of loses the ball, and I'm like, what's going on? What's going on, Anthony Davis? What's going on? Kind of looking a little bit shaky. He's got to snap out of it and get back to that elite Anthony Davis that we know and love, that unstoppable Anthony Davis, the best big man in the league, Anthony Davis. That's the Anthony Davis we need to get back. And one more thing I want to mention before I get off of here, a side note. Maybe it's just me, but to me, it kind of shows a lack of social awareness on the Sixers' part by continuing to have that cut up snake on their floor and on their little fan stands all over the arena. Dude, y'all do know, Kobe's anniversary date where he died in the helicopter crash a year ago was yesterday, and that snake, could be resembled as a Black Mamba, towards Kobe Bryant. Yeah, y'all might be saying I'm making it a little bit too much of this, but a cut up snake, I'm just saying that, just like the Redskins, the Washington Redskins, some people took that as offense. Other people says, oh no, that you're thinking too much into it. And guess what eventually happened? They had to get their name up. You have to be socially aware on what's going on around you. Maybe it was there before the incident happened, whatever the case may be. But wouldn't you think now's a nice time to take that stuff down? Just saying. Other than that, it was a spectacular game. I love the fight from the Lakers, but we got to do better, especially knowing that we're going to get these other teams' best punches on a nationally televised game. Be more prepared next time. See y'all next time, guys. Peace.
Life in the fast lane, moving at the speed of life, and I can't slow down. Only got a gallon in the